मिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथन्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्वेसे नमः। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-gita, chapter 13, text 25. Please repeat after me. Dhyanenatmani pasyanti kechidatmanam अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मानमात्मना अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे। ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मानमात्मना अन्य सांख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे। Hare Krishna. Translation. Some perceive the super soul within themselves through meditation, others through cultivation of knowledge, and still others through working without fruitive desires. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, the Lord informs Arjuna that the conditioned souls can be divided into two classes as far as man's search for self-realization is concerned. Those who are atheists, agnostics, and skeptics are beyond the sense of spiritual understanding. But there are others who are faithful in their understanding of spiritual life, and they are called introspective devotees, philosophers, and workers who have renounced fruitive results. Those who always try to establish the doctrine of monism are also counted among the atheists and agnostics. In other words, only the devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are best situated in spiritual understanding because They understand that beyond this material nature are the spiritual world and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is expanded as the Paramatma, the super soul in everyone, the also all-pervading Godhead. Of course, there are those who try to understand the Supreme Absolute Truth by cultivation of knowledge, and they can be counted in the class of faithful. The Sankhya philosophers analyze this material world into 24 elements, and they place the individual soul as the 25th item. When they are able to understand the nature of the individual soul to be transcendental to the material elements, they are able to understand also the above individual transcendental elements. They are able to understand also that above the individual soul, there is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the 26th element. Thus, gradually, they also come to the standard of devotional service in Krishna consciousness. Those who work without fruitive results are also perfect in their attitude. They are given a chance to advance to the platform of devotional service in Krishna consciousness. Here it is stated that there are some people who are pure in Krishna consciousness who try to find out the super soul by meditation. And when they discover the super soul within themselves, they become transcendentally situated. Similarly, there are others who also try to understand the super soul by cultivation of knowledge. And there are others who cultivate the Hatha Yoga system and who try to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead by childish activities. So first of all, on behalf of this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Juhu Temple, I would like to welcome all the devotees who are outside to have a darshan of SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple and Gaurnitai, and also who gave us this opportunity to speak something about Srimad Bhagavad-gita, where Krishna himself spoke it. Bhagavatam is spoken about Krishna, and Bhagavad-gita, Krishna himself spoke it. It's a little bit disturbing, still I will try to please pay attention to me. Too much noise. So anyway, we are studying Srimad Bhagavad-gita. This is very important. In Srimad Bhagavad-gita, there are 18 chapters. First 6 chapter is called Karma Yoga. First section is called, consists of 6 chapters called the Karma Yoga. And the second 6 chapters, the second section, from 7th chapter to 12th chapter, it's called Bhakti Yoga, the relationship between the individual soul with the super soul. And the last 6 chapter, the third section, 13 to 18 chapter, is called Jnana Yoga, about the world, about the material nature. Who is the super soul? What connection do we have with the material nature? Why we are trapped here? Why we are suffering? There are so many things explained in the third 6th chapter, the third section of Bhagavad-gita. So, this is the 13th chapter, which is the beginning of the Jnana Yoga. It begins with, Arjuna asked one question. There's a dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad-gita is the conversation between Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna asked one question. Arjuna uvacha prakruting purusajaiva kshetra kshetragyame vacha etad veditum ichchami jnanam jnana kesava. Try to understand this. This is the first question Arjuna asked in the beginning of this chapter, 13th chapter. Arjuna asked, Prakruting. Arjuna is now the disciple of Sri Krishna Bhagavan. So this is the duty of the disciple. He should make all the doubts, all the, anything that disturbing, any knowledge that disturbing him, he should make it clear from the Guru. That's the duty of the disciple. Should not cherish the doubts. So now he asked this question, Prakruting Purushasya Khetra Khetra Gyamevacha. What is Prakriti? We call the nature. We call this nature, the natural calamities, natural phenomena like the sun rises up, the moon rises up, there is rainy season, there is morning, there is all this happening. It's not within our control. This is called Prakriti. Prakriti is doing. This is the work of Prakriti. And Purusha, Purusha means who enjoys, who controls the Prakriti. And Kshetra, Kshetra means Sarira, this body. Kshetrajna, who knows the body. That's the soul, the soul, the living entity. Etrad veditum ichchami jnanam gyacha Keshava. Hey Keshava, oh my Lord Keshava, please tell me all about this jnana, what is knowledge? And gaya, what should be known? There are lots of things to be known in the world. But what should be known? What should be known? What is really worth knowing it? That was the question of Arjuna. So in the second verse, Krishna answered, Idang sarirang kaunteya kshetramitya vidhiyate etajyobeti tang prahu kshetrang kshetrajnaiti tadavidaha. So we will go into the first answer of the first question. Idang sarirang kaunteya kshetramitya vidhiyate. Krishna answered Arjuna's first question. Idang sarira, this body is called kshetra. Kshetra means field. Just like a farmer working in the field. So we have some business establishment, we working in it. Similarly, this body is called kshetra. And the the soul inside the body is called kshetra, who is the knowledge, who is the knower of the body. In this connection, Krishna tried to explain everything about how this body is, what are the elements the body is made up of, what is the nature of the soul. So in this way, he went on explaining everything. So this question comes, this is the answer, Krishna. This is called spiritual awareness. All of all of us here presented in a Bombay city, we're all educated, you know. This is called spiritual awareness, just like computer awareness, English awareness, literacy. So every person should have some spiritual awareness. What is spirituality? Without this awareness, the man's life is simply animal life. Ahara nidra bhayamaithunam cha samanya etat pasubhi naranam. You see this big temple, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada established this ISKCON International Society for Krishna Consciousness all over the world. What is the purpose of ISKCON? The purpose is to give the spiritual awareness. We are suffering here. Every single man, every single person is suffering here, like street dogs and cats. But he doesn't know why he is suffering. What is his identity? What is the goal of life? We are simply running into something deep, dark things. So, spiritual awareness means the spiritual identity. What is your identity? Who are you? Why you are suffering? Why you are here? Whom you call your father and mother? This is my country. This is my family. This is my connection. Where are they before? What connection do we have here with them? What kind of connection is this? So, if somebody is a human being, he should ask this question. I was a philosophy student. In philosophy, there is a statement, it is better to be Socrates dissatisfied than a pig satisfied. You understand what I mean? It is better to be Socrates dissatisfied than a pig satisfied. What does it mean? Socrates dissatisfied means that person is not satisfied with this eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Just like now, they find something too good to eat. Oh, this is nice. This is grand life. He finds some money. He finds a nice wife, nice husband, nice children, nice house. This is not the purpose of life. A person who is dissatisfied with this bodily comfort, he is really a man. Otherwise, animals, who just like a pig. A pig is rolling in the gutter, taking something nasty things. But he's happy, satisfied. Oh, I have loved a lot of children. I ate something, and my belly is filled. So he feels fine. That means what? Animal life. One who is satisfied with bodily necessities, bodily comfort, he is a non-human being. Man has a different goal. What kind of goal is? ahara nidra bhayamaithunam cha samanya etad pasubhir naranam dharamang hitesha adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pasubhi samana. In Shastras it is said, one who is satisfied with bodiliness by satisfying needs of the body, he is not human being. Dharmena hina pasubhi samana, is as good as animals. And due to this advancement of this modern civilization, we are getting more and more animalistic, not human being. Everybody is suffering. When somebody starts asking question about why I'm suffering, that is called an human life. Otherwise, animal. Okay, I got something to eat. Nice pizza, nice food, nice wife, nice essay, nice home. That means that person is animal. It's not human being. This is the spiritual awareness. Srila Prabhupada's this statement, he always said, a person should be philosopher, not just an animal. Should be philosopher. She should ask about this world. Who created this world? Where did the sun come? Where did the ocean come? I didn't create it. I didn't create it. Not the scientists created it. Who created it? And why is everything free? The air is free, sunshine free, the moonshine free, the rain is free. But you pay bill for the electric. You pay bill for your water. You pay for the bill for the electric fan. But everything free. Why given free? Why they are given free? This should be the human inquiry. Otherwise, animal life. So in this body, this is called the body. Somebody has a woman body, someone has a man body, someone has a dog's body, someone has hawk's body. There are lots of bodies, like 84 lakhs of bodies. And the bodies are called Kshetra. Kshetra means field of activities. I'm enjoying my body, you are enjoying your body, she's enjoying her body. But in the body there is a soul. Therefore, the Bhagavad-gita, the rudimentary science, the fundamental science of spiritual knowledge. So everybody should inquire about himself or herself. Who am I really? So Krishna answered the question, Idang sharirang kaunteya kshetramit avidhiyate. In this body, this is called kshetra, and there is a kshetragya. Kshetragya means one who knows the body. You know your body. I know my body. So who's the knower of the body is called kshetragya. And the body is called kshetra. But there is another kshetragya inside of every single living entity, living beings. I know my body, but I don't know your body. I don't know anyone's body. I only know my body. So I am the kshetragya, and also there is another kshetragya. Kshetragyang chapi mang viddhi sarva kshetresu bharata. I am the kshetragya in all the living beings, all the kshetra. So in before this verse, there is a Krishna said that Anumanta upadrishta bhakta bhokta maheshwara. And the whole human life's purpose is to understand, to know Krishna, nothing else. There are lots of knowledge in the world. Somebody is studying about physics, somebody is studying about medical science, somebody is studying about the environment, lots of people are inquiring about the world. But they cannot make us happy. Cannot make us happy. Not so far. We see our life, lots of problems. Because we are trying to explore the world to become happy. That's impossible. That's impossible. There's only one knowledge, how to know Krishna. Because you cannot be happy in this world. Krishna in Bhagavad-gita, he said, he created this world. We didn't create it. Krishna created this world. Krishna said in Bhagavad-gita 8th chapter, Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashasvatam napnubanti mahatmanah sansiddhing paramangataha. Who created this world, he said, don't stay here. Come to me. Come to me. Come where? To me. Me means what? To Vaikuntha. There is a spiritual world. Paratasmat bhavanya vyakta vyakta sanatanaha. This world is created at certain time and certain place. and it will be annihilated, it will be destroyed. But there is a world called spiritual world. We don't have any information about the spiritual world. We only know this world. This world is so complicated. We're still researching it. Try to make some experiments. The scientists are doing, the philosophers are doing, the politicians are doing. Everybody is trying to explore the world, how to get peace. But that is impossible. Why? Because Krishna said, Dukkhalayam asaswatam. No, never mind how much you try. With your brain, with your body, with your talent, you cannot be happy here. Because who created the world, he said, Dukkhalayam, full of miseries. And your adjustment through science or technology to medical science, it's simply a stop-gap measures, some temporary adjustment that won't last long. So the first thing is, the only goal of human life is to understand who is Krishna, who is the creator of the world. That is the first chapter, first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Janamadasya jato nwayati tarahasya arthisya avigya swarat. Janamadasya jataha. And who is the source of everything in the world? Everything that exists. Who is the source? And the human life's purpose is to understand, to know him. Once you know Krishna, the creator of the world, creator, the maintainer, the destroyer of the world, then the human life here is the last birth. Krishna said, Tyaktva dehang punarjanma naiti mameti sorjana. He will go back home, back to God, and never come back here to this miserable world. So in the 23rd, this is the 26th verse. Before that was 24th and 23rd, he said, Upadrastan umantacha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha paramatmeti chapyukta dehesmini purushaha para. These three verses are very closely connected. That is why I quote that verse. Upadrashta anumanta, I am the overseer. You know who is the overseer? Who sees everything. We do so many things. We see something. I commit some some sort of sinful activities. I'm stealing someone's property. I have some illicit connection with a woman. I'm speaking something untruthful. There are so many bad qualities, bad things to do. People are doing. Sometimes we say, "No, I did." But who sees it? Who is the overseer? Krishna says, "I see everything, because I am the Paramatma, the super soul in everyone's body, who sees everything." Anumanta means sanctioning authority, who gives sanctions. Whatever you do, sinful or something pious or impious, whatever you do, Krishna, unless he sanctions, you cannot do anything. And Bharta, I am the maintainer of everything, everyone's. Just like I maintain mine, just like someone, a family man, he maintains his family. There are lots of countless living entities in the world. The reptiles, the insects, there are lots of countless living entities. But who gave them food? For us, my Father is there. He gives us food. For us, there is our, there is our government. He provides us everything. And we work for it, but there are countless living entities who give them food. How did they get maintained? Krishna does it. God does it. God does it. Nobody else. Nityo nityanam, chetanah chetananam, eko bahunam jo bidadhati kaman. A single person who provides for every single living entities. The food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe is given by Krishna, given by God. In this way, that is why our only purpose of human life is to understand. That is called dharma, to understand Krishna. Only purpose of life, nothing else. Whatever purposes we have, it ends with our body. As soon as we get old and death comes, then we have to leave everything. We have to leave everything. Our father, our mother, our brother, our sister, our husband, our wife. You have to give India, everything you have to give up. That means our relationship to the world is very, very temporary. Very temporary. Very temporary. Whatever we have acquired, it will be taken away. They will all be taken away at the time of death. And death is certain. Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita, Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu Dhruva janmamritasya cha. Those who have taken birth, they will definitely perish. They will definitely meet death. Therefore, before the death comes, our only duty is to only duty is to understand Krishna, to inquire about him, to know him. Then our human life is successful. Otherwise, our enjoyment won't last long. This youthful body, someone is youthful body won't last long. Our money, our connections, our relations won't last long. It is temporary arrangement given to each and every person for a certain period of time, and we don't know when the death comes. No, does anyone have any warranty card? Okay, I have sit this this amount of time, 70 years, 20 years, 30 years. Nobody has. Nobody can say I can live up to this much time. No. Everybody has to die, and before death, only human being has certain purpose. That is why we call this human body is very rare and very valuable. I can give one example. In the High Court in Bombay, there is a High Court. The judge is there. The judge is only sitting, doing nothing. Once in a while, he just writes something, speak one or two words, then sits silent. Practically does nothing. The whole day does nothing. But in the same High Court, there is a peon. Whole day he's running here and there, calling someone, getting something, buy some. Whole day he's running, like moving here and there. But in the end of the month, the peon does not get in the 1/10 of the salary of the judge. Why? Practically the judge does nothing. Sits somewhere, and the government gives a big bungalow, 4 or 5 orderly peons, servants. He has everything, while the peon in the same court working so hard, but doesn't get the 1/10 of the salary of the judge. Why? Because he has big responsibility. The peon doesn't have the responsibility. Similarly, all other animals and all other creatures, lots of creatures, countless creatures are there. They don't have enough, they don't have a big responsibility, but human being has. What is that responsibility? To understand God. That is called dharma. This is the purpose of Srila Prabhupada. That's why he created ISKCON. Because we are all suffering here only for want of Krishna consciousness, for want of spiritual knowledge. Want of spiritual knowledge. And whatever you have here in this material world will be taken away at the point of death. So any purposes we have, okay, you are a student, somebody's a businessman, somebody's a, officer, okay, you work, no problem. For your body, you have to work. For your body, for your family, you have to work hard. But the thing is, there is a superior goal. At the same time, we must perform dharma. We must know there is death. Before death, we have to perform a certain kind of activity which will take us to the spiritual world. I know I want to tell you one story, a small story. We have very small time, not much time. So, those who are enjoying this material world, if they don't perform this spiritual activities, spiritual hour, they don't get aware about the spiritual life, they are running a great risk. Great risk. At the end of the life, everything will be taken away. Once there was a king. He had a big kingdom. He had lots of many queens and very luxurious life. He was living a very luxurious life. But in the same kingdom, there was a sadhu. Sadhu means like this. Sadhu means those who are doing performing some austerity, some practices for a higher purpose, not for bodily comforts. So one day, every day, the sadhu has a small hut just outside the palace outside the palace territory of the kingdom of the king. Every evening, the king and its secretary would go for evening walk. And they see the sadhu in his heart, he would be doing what? He would be chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra or reading Bhagavad-gita or performing some worship, some puja. Then the king and his secretary would stand up there and said, What is this nonsense doing? Hare Krishna, what is this? Chanting mantra? Doing some like the drab and dull life. Sadhu, they have nothing. They eat something, a few pieces of clothes, maybe some roof over the head or not. That doesn't mean. So sadhu are satisfied with this similar, like bare necessities of life. People are enjoying so many things. They're wearing so many fancy clothes, fancy car, fancy house, enjoying like anything, but sadhu have nothing. The king and secretary would say, they're very unfortunate souls. You see, they have nothing. We have wives, gold, honor, prestige. The whole kingdom is mine. What kind of life is this? In this way, every single day they will pass to the heart of the sadhu and they would pass some nasty comment and go away. In this way, went on. Sadhu would just listen the whole comments, all criticism, and just smiles. He knows what he is doing. Jani sa sarva bhutanam tasyang jagarti sanjami. Sadhu is always happy. He knows he has nothing. Just few pieces of clothes, just a little bit of food, and sometimes the roof is there, all under the trees. Practically nothing. Generally, people think a sadhu is leading a very miserable life. He is poor. No, sadhu is not poor. He doesn't want that. A person who doesn't want something, he is not poor. So, every day in this just went on for years and years. So one day, the king had some crazy idea. What kind of idea? He said to the secretary, I have a very big kingdom. There are lots of people living here. Can you find a person who is the most full? It's called the Mahamurkha. You understand? The greatest fool. Find somebody who is the greatest fool in my kingdom. Nobody else is more fool than him. So this is your responsibility. So find the greatest fool within 7 days. But understand, if you can't find it, if you become unsuccessful, I will give you heavy punishment, maybe death punishment. The secretary had a big mountain over his head. Now I have to find the greatest fool. So the next morning, he finished his morning chores. He took bath, ate something, went out of the kingdom, find a fool. Who's the greatest fool? How can you find a greatest fool? Do you know? Very difficult to find a person a great fool. Because everybody thinks himself and claim himself very learned. I find somebody. Everybody thinks himself very learned, very great. This is the symptom of Kali Yuga. There's the secretary, the person went out of the king. The sadhu saw, the secretary, the sadhu saw. He passed his heart and they said, sadhu saw, this person is going. Where is he going? In the morning? So first he went to a village. He saw in a big banyan tree, a person was sitting on a branch and he was cutting the same branch he was sitting on. You understand me? He was cutting the same branch he was sitting on. The Mati said, you fool rascal, what you're doing? You will fall down and die. Come on, don't do that. The person got down of the tree. What did you say? I'm a fool? With a big stick, he gave a very big thrash. He beat the secretary. He beat the secretary. Oh, am I a fool? So he went away. Another person was fixing the cart with the horse. Or he was putting the cart before the horse. He was putting the cart before the horse. The secretary said, the minister said, hey, are you out of your mind? You are putting the cart before the horse. How can the horse draw the cat if you put before the cat before the horse? What did you say? I'm out of my mind. I'm a fool. You rascal, what did you say? He went out, so he tried to beat he tried to scold, he gives he said nasty word to the secretary. In this way, 2 days gone, 3 days gone, 5 days gone, but he had only 7 days. And the sadhu sees every morning the secretary is going by, passed by his hut, and then in the evening time, he again goes back to the palace. At the end of these 7 days, this was evening time, when the secretary was going to his palace, the sadhu asked him, told him, "My dear sir, why are you so sorry? I'm seeing you whole 7 days, I'm seeing you are going away and again come back and nothing, you are sad, you look sad, your head's down, what's wrong?" The secretary said, "Sir, my dear sir, I'm so sorry because the king gave me a big responsibility. 7 days passed away, but I couldn't find a fool in my kingdom." The sadhu said, "I am the fool." "You fool?" "Yes." Oh, one time I forgot. They said that the king gave the secretary a small gold coin. "Okay, if you find the fool, this is my presentation to the greatest fool." The secretary, the minister had the same coin in his pocket. Then he had the coin. He gave the coin to the sadhu. "Okay, this is the presentation from king. If you are a fool." The sadhu picked the coin, threw it away. What nonsense it is! The king, the secretary become confirmed. "Oh, this is the fool who can throw away this gold coin." Then, with a very, very relaxed heart, he went to the kingdom, asked the king, "Maharaj, whole 7 days passed away. There is not a whole kingdom is filled with learned persons. All are very clever, all are not. Only one person is fool. Who is that?" The sadhu, every day we pass his heart, we say so many nasty comments. He's the fool one. The Raja said, "Yes, I know. The sadhu must be the fool one. Why? Because the boys are youths, young. They have a great life ahead. Great future, bright future, but they gave up everything. Hare Krishna karte hain. That means what? He's a fool." According to the outside people, they are fools. They were like parasites, they say. They couldn't find nothing to eat, couldn't do anything, could not be successful. They couldn't compete with the world. They are fools. That is what the conception of the outside people, materialistic people. Rajas, the king said, "Okay, yes, you are right. The sadhu must be the fool. Otherwise, who could, in the youthful body, who could chant Hare Krishna in the beat and read Bhagavad-gita in this way?" So some years passed by. One time, the king became ill, became old. Old age has to come for everyone, every single person. And all our enjoyment will become null and void. Everything will be finished when become old. No matter how makeup you make, how dye your hair, your biological clock won't lie anymore. Everything will be revealed. So the same thing happened to the king. He was in the deathbed. Many doctors tried to cure him but couldn't find any solutions. So the message spread out all over the kingdom. The king is going to die. Anybody who wants to meet the king, this is the time. The sadhu had that small gold coin. He put it into the pocket and went to the palace to meet the king. When he went to the king, kings, queens, and her daughters and sons, "Please save my father. Please save my father." But the king was on the deathbed. He was practically invalid. When the sadhu approached the king said the one word, "Maharaj, hum chalte hain. Hum chalte hain. I'm leaving." Then the sadhu said, "Where are you going?" The king was speechless because we don't know. Do you know? After quitting this world, where are you going? To the unknown destination. You don't know where you're going. Nobody knows. We say, "This is my house, this is my wife, this is my husband, this is my father, I'm a rich man, I'm Brahman." Everything will be taken away. Everything. And you don't know where you're going. Your destination is completely unknown to you. That is why Bhagavan Krishna said in Bhagavad-gita, "Anta kale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram ja prayati samadbhavang jati nastyatra sanshaya." Why you are worshipping Krishna? Why you are chanting his name? Why you are listening about Krishna? Because know the destination we are going. Otherwise, anybody in the entire city, entire world, nobody knows what is the destination of the next life. We are going to the completely unknown destination. That means we are all full. Same thing the king said. When the sadhu asked him, where are you going? You are the kingdom of the you are the king of the such a vast kingdom. You have so many queens. You have so many children. So many vast opulence. And you are the king, the emperor of the vast kingdom. Lots of subjects. Want to take anything? No, sadhu. Where am I going? Nobody takes anything when he leaves his body. Is it? I have my laptop, I have my jewels, I have my house. You have to live off everything. Quit everything before you go. Not even your body. The body we claim, this is my body, young body. Everything you have to quit. Then another question the sadhu said, who are you? The king was speechless. Silent. Then sadhu picked out a gold coin, put in the hand of the king. You are the greatest fool because you don't know where you're going. You don't know who are you. And you can't take anything. That means you are the fool number one. That means we are all fools if we are not doing our spiritual inquiry. Hare Krishna. One minute. Sri Gaur Nitai, SriSriRadhaRasbihari, SriSriRam, Sri Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. So, my point is to understand Krishna, and it says the same thing in this verse. Kechid Atmana, everybody should make some endeavor to understand Krishna. There are 3 methods. Krishna himself mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. 3 methods for understanding him. He says, Yogastrayo maya prokta nunang sriyo viditsaya jnanam karamang cha bhaktischa. There are jnana marga, the path of speculative knowledge, path of fruitive activities, and path of bhakti. So there are 3 processes, 3 paths we can achieve Krishna's mercy. You can understand Krishna. The only goal is to understand Krishna. My purpose was to understand Krishna. He said in this verse, Kechid Atmana, by meditating upon Krishna and also by, just a minute. Dhyanena atmani pashyanti kechida atmanama atmanaha nanne chankyena jogena karma jogena chapare. There's another dhyana means by meditation, by thinking of Krishna. Some people make it business, especially the devotees, they make endeavor by thinking of Krishna manmana bhavam madbhakto. And some others are there who are taking the process of speculative knowledge by inquiring about the Paramatma, Brahma, Paramatma, and another by doing niskama karma, doing fruitive activities and without expecting any results. These are 3 processes Krishna has mentioned. These are the 3 recommended valid processes. There are no other processes to understand Krishna. So in this 13th chapter, Krishna is explaining how you can understand Krishna. This is called knowledge. Otherwise, anything you have, any kind of knowledge about the world, like about the physical world, medical science, technology, so many politics, education, lots of department of knowledges. Without Krishna consciousness, it's simply, how call? Beating the bush. Beating the bush results nothing. अंधा में ऐसा क्या कहते हैं हिंदी में? So anyway, so our only purpose in human life is to understand. That's why Srila Prabhupada established this temple and all over the world, this ISKCON, to give the spiritual awareness. People are suffering because of for want of the spiritual awareness, Krishna consciousness. No one is God, Krishna is God. That is why this movement is called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.